Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
So this is specific, but overall, when we talk about monitoring, this gives up you a kind of a clarity. How this happens basically. So different kind of applications, this Prometheus, this monitoring tool doesn't directly talk with the target. So the target can be Kubernetes, as you mentioned. It can be container, it can be application, it can be node. So this particular monitoring tool, what it does is that it talks with the target with the help of exporters. Okay, and then what this node exporter does, it throws the application matrices to a port. Okay, so it does that. And what in Prometheus server, you set that particular IP and port endpoint in Prometheus as a target. So the work of exporter becomes that, okay, it fetches out the matrices or logs from the target, and then it exposes it so that Prometheus can read it, can analyze it based on it. So this is the work of this particular exporter and all. Why I came to this particular diagram, because this particular term they have used here. So that can give you a kind of Azure Data Explorer. Okay, so it's kind of that, what you need to have. So it's a data exploration service for log and telemetry data. So so basically, there you might have heard about ELK, Elasticsearch. Have you heard about Elasticsearch?
Yeah.
What it is? What is
It's
that?
mainly to store, like you send the logs to it, and
Hmm.
then Elasticsearch, you can search based on the different queries you have designed, and then create
Hmm.
dashboards,
Hmm.
all those.
Correct. So if the data is used means when you talk about in terms of big data kind of stuff, right? So then the normal, you can say, storage solution and normal normal log storage solution doesn't work basically. So in that way, you need to do something kind of a different way to handle the data. That is one thing. And number two is, there are different data sources. It cannot be limited to one, because this is a kind of a global world. You are connected to internet, so uh, there are huge number of sources from which log comes, and that size of the data in itself is so big that you need to have a solution different from the regular one, like that you have workspace and all that log is stored. It's okay, it's a normal application, fine. But when you are working with Uber, you are working with Ola, you are working with um, Amazon, you are working with Google, you are working with Alibaba, simple data solution is not going to work. You need a kind of a different solution, and Azure Data Explorer caters that need. And they talk about it, right? They say that analyzing large volume of diverse data from any data source. So we have website, application, IoT, and all that in a large volume. It's a huge. trillions of gigabyte of data that is there, and they have to analyze it, they have to store it, and that should provide a kind of a solution. And you see, the Grafana, Jupyter, there are so many. So it's a kind of data is scaled too much that normal monitoring solution will not work in those cases. And we have data log stats and all getting used, Kafka and all, and then overall this in general data explorer it is used when your data size is huge. Okay, and let us see the differences as well. Azure monitors native capability for IT asset monitoring, dashboarding and alerting, so you can ingest log from VM service and so on. So when this is used, it's internal, right? It's native and you have your asset. So overall it's a um, use Azure Data Explorer for full flexibility and control in all aspects for all type of logs. No out-of-box feature provided by Microsoft Sentinel. Greater flexibility for building quick and easy near real-time dashboard and all. Longer data retention. Centralized repository is required for different type of logs. Azure Data Explorer and all. So it's a kind of a solution when you are getting that kind of things. You want more flexibility. You want bigger data set and all. So this is what that is part of the. This is about the monitoring strategy. Doesn't look something that we need to spend time, and then the knowledge check is there. So overall, we talked about three sections in general. Okay. We are at the end of this particular part overall. Tomorrow, do you have holiday or you are working? Means what is your tomorrow plan?
Weekend only.
Weekend, right? So you are not
Yeah.
working, right?
Yeah.
What I am thinking is that overall now there is a need of having the notes. Okay, so we are end of the module. Okay, so what would you I want you guys to have that our 3-page plan for each module. So and I will like to break for 2 days. Okay, it's better because now it is really needed to go through the whole you can say section. Okay, one section whole and go through it, and then just have that just notes perspective. Okay, one pager for each area because this is important. Otherwise we may miss things, and again it will be multiple words will keep on coming and all that. So I want to kind of stop for a couple of days this weekend, so that you can have notes. So what I need assurance this time, because you have holiday as well, I am also uh, thinking that do not take that thing. So just prepare 3-page. This is what I need. Okay, go through it. 3-page I need. Okay, I will also do. Okay, so each one of us, and then based on those notes we need to kind of explain what we have learned overall, kind of that. So the Monday one was a presentation. Okay, 15 minutes, 25 minutes based on whatever we have done on these 3 sections. Okay, so it will be the presentation of that. So presentation of notes we will share it along. Okay, so kind of a screenshot or something handwritten, not that one, the typed one, handwritten one, and we will share it, the screenshot of it, and then we will explain if each one of us. Okay, I will also do the same thing. Okay, just one page, my one page, and I will explain based on that. Kind of something that we may not have touched, or something interesting I found out, whatever, or something you can be innovative as well. Okay, not like wording on that, maybe something, right? We use some term to remember things, some analogy to remember, some real life analogy we connect with that. So innovation is what can be, that then it will be more interesting. So this is the goal, that the whole section of this module, let us go through it, all of us, and this is must. Okay, means we will not have session unless all of us, we will not have 3 pages ready. Innovative thing, you can color it, whatever it means make it kind of a project. 3 pages, one for each module. You need to cover whole module, whole this one module means, yeah, whole module in 1 page. So 3 pages. If it is done, we will have next session on Monday. If not, then Tuesday. Any days, but we need these three pages for all of us. Okay,
Yeah.
is it fine?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
maybe
a good idea.
maybe what you
We'll,
can do, then you can go to some YouTube, small 5-7 minutes, some specific area, and then find out some analogy from there. Whatever, you can be innovative, you can think about from that, you can think from your scenario, maybe analogy you can provide. This is like this, okay, something real time, something not directly to Azure, but you can associate anything, any innovation can work. Let us, and if we will not do on Monday, then again we will break the steam overall. So I don't want anyone to be responsible, including me, to break it. So let us do it. Weekends you have, let us make sure to have these 3 pages done, so that we will be, happily move to the next section. Also it will set the tone for later part of the course. Okay, that this works or not, maybe that will not work, I don't know. But if it not work, we will find out some other way, and if it will work, then we will know, okay, this is the way it works. Now we are able to understand things. Again, we will you can do after going through doing the notes, and you can come back again to the questions maybe, or we can have our some different questionnaire, and based on that we can come anything. We let us make it open ended, and let us see what happens. So this is with this, I will like to end today's session, and we will have at 8 o'clock on Monday. Okay, once you will finish off at jaise bhi, when as and when you will finish off your 1 page, what we can do, can you or just share a screenshot, maybe that will give motivate others as well, right? That okay, this guy finished it. We can do this way, right? Maybe you have written 1 page, okay, just send that screenshot to the group. So it will give kind of a motivation, okay, this way, or kind of an guidance that okay, this guy already done, now this is my responsibility to do it. Yeah.
yeah, sure,
Okay.
Kun, definitely. Kun, just wanted to understand.
Yeah.
So, are we going to be doing some like labs as well, or
Yeah,
in the
basically,
coming weeks, or
yeah,
like how you want to plan this?
basically AZ-305 is not a lab centric thing, but AZ-104 is completely lab centric things. Okay, so the areas where AZ-104 mostly it covers, several areas are covered, and then there are kind of a conceptual thing that is not directly lab centric kind of stuff, kind of a setup, as for example you see monitoring solution end to end. So that may be kind of a not scope, but yes, AZ-104 has many labs, right? It is full of labs. There are 57 modules out in that, so it is lab centric. So there is some multiple places when there is a kind of a direct link on that. As for example, if you will see, hmm, so they talk about, configure Azure resources and tool. use Azure Resource Manager. We talked about it, templates and all. So they talked about this Azure. No, this doesn't look like this. Not this module. AZ-104. AZ-104. This looks small. This doesn't look like
This
this.
is
Start.
not the one.
Yeah, this is not the one, right? AZ-104. Okay, they have divided into multiple parts, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they have
it is.
changed the way
Yeah,
the representation.
yeah.
So here, if you will see manage identity, storage management, then deploy and manage resources, then configure virtual network, and then monitoring and backup of Azure resources. So they have these sections, and this covers most of the things which uh, which is good for hands-on. And then here in all those sections, as for example, they have proposed the lab stuff as well. Okay, so we will do these. Once we will be doing AZ-104 stuff. Means we will move to that when we finish a kind of AZ-305 done. Again, we will come back to AZ-104, where our focus will be on labs, on hands-on, because most of the concept we already knew as part of AZ-305. Then the concept will move on to the hands-on. So you know why kind of stuff, and then you will be doing how. That's why I separated this thing and I started with AZ-305. Ultimately, you have to first appear in AZ-104. Okay, you have the kind of hands-on stuff, and then you have to do AZ-305. This is what Microsoft suggests. This is what we will do. Okay, so the second part of after 305 going through it, our focus will move to AZ-104, and then we will club things together, right? Whatever we read in 305, and then whatever we are doing in AZ-3 or 104, we will club things together, and then it will give us more understanding. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good, Gun.
Yeah, so kind of, when we are doing 101, 102 kind of a session, if we are when we are not doing corporate training and then kind of big batches. So normally when I teach in the batches of 15 to 20, those guys do not get time, and then I have my own way, and then I move my course based on whatever fits it. But in cases when 101 kind of a session, 102 kind of a session in small batches, we have more flexibility, right? We can, okay, this is okay, this doesn't work, okay, let us move to lab. We can move to in that way. So we have that, maybe one pager. I suggested, maybe it may not work. You said, okay, this is not working. Even after doing it's okay. Then we can find out some other way. So that flexibility we have, but overall, yeah, lot more to do. Don't worry, there is still. This is going to take time. These two things, you will become architect, right? So we are lucky. Basically, AZ-303 and 304 combination, that was deadly. If you will go to AZ-303 syllabus, that's scary. It took me 3 to 4 months around to pass it. AZ-303. It
Yeah, there are
is
two
scary.
exams also. There too much to.
It was scary, right? That is okay. AZ-104, 305 is kind of easy, right? There are just 27 modules, all theory. But if you will say 303, 304, that was a very, very tough combination. AZ-303. If you will see, is
So,
it
do you think you said end of the March, right?
end of the
So,
March?
Which one we should schedule that AZ-104 first, right?
No, by end of the March, you will do both of them. Okay. So
First,
once first is at 104.
104, right? Okay.
The tougher one first. That's what I will suggest. Okay, that keep aside the toughest one. AZ-304, AZ-305 is a cakewalk once you will go through 104. Okay, clearly. Okay, but at the same time, it's a kind of more on mechanical stuff. 104, 305 is a kind of architectural stuff. 12, 8, 20, 29, 34, 34, 6, 42, 50, 57, and 5, 62 and plus 10, 72 modules are there just in 303. And then if you will go 304, and then they talk about 12, 8, 20, 29, 34, 42, 50, 57, 62 and 72 modules. 72, so more than that. Okay, in general, when you sum up, yes, they have, there are common things are there and all that. Yes, those things are there. AZ-104 has more hands-on in comparison to 3A, 303 and 304 together when you combine. So there are pros and cons, but in general, you don't need to mug up too much if you have less modules to do. So max 100 modules right now you have to do, and if you will, in the old format, it is like 150. So we are 50 modules less. So let us first finish 305 curriculum, and then we will come to know that from the exam perspective when we are going to appear for 104 and then 305. But 31st March is the timeline. Means the plan is our goal is that our session will end with passing the exam, not before that. Okay, and even not after that. The goal is exam, to clear it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So let us connect on Monday, and before that, as and when even one page is done, keep sharing so that it will be encouraging for me and you all that. Okay, something is happening. We are writing our pages, we are preparing our notes, we are going through that. So that will be a kind of that, and it will encourage other as well to prepare his part. Okay, maybe if you will say, when I have done and completed, you will say, okay, why I'm not doing, and if Raj is doing, then Jitendra will feel that, okay, let me do as well. Okay, because okay,
You're
that's
making us compete against each other. Classical technique.
some healthy competition is needed. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
Okay, bye.
Kun. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.